Good afternoon, and welcome to the graduation of DeKalb County Fire Rescue Recruit Class 132. Please stand for the presentation of colors by the DCFR Honor Guard and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everyone, please join me. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, march! My time, march! Right, face! Forward, march!
Please be seated. About a round of applause for the DCFR Honor Guard and Captain Doug Harms on bagpipes. Family, friends, and dignitaries, thank you all for joining us this afternoon. I'm Tad Landau, the Battalion Chief of Training. To the family and friends of our 20 new firefighters, on behalf of our entire organization, thank you for supporting them through this challenging journey during their initial training. They could not be sitting here today without your support. Today, we celebrate them. Let's give them a round of applause. Please welcome Chaplain Lenny Himes for today's invocation.
Good afternoon. I don't want to seem redundant, but 40 years ago, this May 15th, I sat in a graduation class in this great county. Your loved one has received the best training possible. They've been pushed to their limits, and I want to encourage you to be their support group. As they move from the proactive phase to the active live phase of this wonderful job, they're going to need you by their side. I'm going to have a word of prayer. May God bless you and thank you for being here today. Our Heavenly Father, we gather in this place and we ask you to, Lord, send your watch care over this county. Those that are out now in the highways and hedges, serving, giving, supporting with life and property. And Lord, for these new recruits that are entering into a phase of their life, Lord, may they look to you. May you bless their homes, their families. Lord, may the station life be one of supportive leadership. May your hand be upon them in this endeavor and this wonderful career. Bless the rest of this ceremony today, and we'll certainly thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Himes. I'm honored to introduce the dignitaries and DCFR command staff with us here today. First, the CEO of DeKalb County, Lorraine Cochran Johnson. The Public Safety Director, Jack Lumpkin. Fire Chief, Darnell Fulham. Deputy Chief, Melvin Carter. Deputy Chief, Tom Burrell. And Assistant Chief, Ty Welch. I'd also like to recognize Commissioner Robert Patrick, who's with us here today in the audience. And Sheriff Melanie Maddox, who's here with us today. To say a few words, please welcome CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson.
Thank you so much for the introduction. And let me say that it is indeed an honor. This is the first graduating class, our 132, that I have had the honor of addressing since becoming the CEO of DeKalb County. So today is a special day for me, as it is for the individuals that are present, our recruits that are becoming official firefighters, as well as for DeKalb County as a whole, because we sorely need individuals who are willing to serve across DeKalb. So as I stand here as the CEO to welcome our newest class into this vital role of DeKalb County Fire and Rescue, to the graduates today, it marks not only the end of training, but the beginning of new possibilities and what I consider to be for each and every one of you a lifelong journey. You've answered the call that few have the courage to accept. A call that requires you to be selfless. A call that requires you to have strength and also an unwavering resolve. This is a call that will require each of you to run towards danger when others run away from it. Over the past several months, you have been tested physically, mentally, as well as emotionally. And you've pushed past limits and you have learned one another. The experiences that you have are unique to you. And also they are experiences to be cherished as you begin a new chapter in your life. So I want each of you to understand that you will forever share a mutual bond. You've pushed those limits and you've learned one another and you've emerged not only with the skills of a firefighter, but you have emerged with the character of a public servant. And I often say to individuals that the greatest responsibility that any man or woman can be given is the care of people. So this is a commitment like marriage that is not to be taken lightly because of the responsibility that is associated with it. What you've entered is more than a profession. It is a promise. It is a promise that when others are in danger, that you will be there in their time of need. It is a promise that you will lead with courage, and I repeat, lead with courage, because society and those who are in need will look at you as a leader. I honestly had the opportunity to see many of you in action recently in my own community. I just happened to walk outside and my neighbor's house was on fire. And at that time, just as I realized there was an issue, immediately I began to see DeKalb County firefighters emerge with force. And let me say that I learned something that day as I watched. Because in my infinite wisdom of knowing all things, I would have commenced to putting water all over the house. But I want to say that day, as I stood there in my yard and the neighbors started to appear, I watched you fight a fire from inside out. And I will say that it struck me in a peculiar way, because as neighbors and others offered their opinion, we immediately began to see the result of your effort. And there's something to be said for what I witnessed that day. Because oftentimes, and as you embark upon this journey, there will be those who will not understand. But I want to say to you that you all have been given all the skills that you need to be successful at your job. And as the CEO, I could not be more proud. I look forward to giving you the support that you need as the CEO. And I'd also like to say at this time that you have become a part of a new family, the DeKalb County family. That is a family of more than 6,600 employees, and you are now responsible for the care of more than 768,000 DeKalb County residents during their time of need. So you have accepted a huge responsibility. And as the CEO, I'm very parochial. Because as I look at many of you, I do always tend to see my children. Because that's how I feel about you. But nonetheless, you are each men and women. And we are proud to welcome you today to the DeKalb County family. So, your training will not end here. Your growth, your leadership, and your service will be supported every step of the way. You are joining a brotherhood and a sisterhood that is rooted in integrity and also purpose. And I am proud to have you protecting the people of DeKalb County. I'd like to acknowledge Commissioner Jeff Rader, who's present. And he will always be a commissioner to me because I had the pleasure of serving alongside him for at least four years before he decided to move on. But I'm not surprised to know that you would have a loved one in this class, because service is something that many of us in this room tend to pass on. Because when you have children, sons and daughters who watch you give, it creates what I call a giving and a contagious spirit that is needed more now in America than ever before. So to each and every one of you here, I want to say congratulations to the 20 members of the 132nd class of firefighters. I want to acknowledge Chief Darnell Fulham, as well as the deputies that serve alongside him, and all of the parents and loved ones that have provided a sense of support to see this day possible. And I want to say to you that it does not end here. It is just beginning. But it is with welcome arms and much love and support that I acknowledge you today and say congratulations. Please move forward boldly. And welcome to the DeKalb County Fire Rescue community today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And also, I'd like to say that I must depart at this moment. I usually stay here for everything, but I do try and attend as many events as I'm called to. So hopefully I'll continue to see all of you in the community. And to my graduating class, I sincerely love you. Take care.
CEO, thank you so much for those words. I told the class yesterday when I spoke to them that they may have a special treat, that you would be, or they would be, the first class that you were able to attend. And I know you wanted to attend the last one. Your first 100 days have been unprecedented with snowstorms and burst pipes and all those things. But I know you have to leave, so I wanted to do this now. Listening to your State of the County address, you stated that these were going to be the most progressive years in DeKalb County's history, and I have no doubt that will happen. But I do know something today. You are definitely the most stylish CEO that we have ever had. And because of that, we were going to give her this when we gave the other recruits theirs, but we will give it to you now. This is the helmet. And we couldn't just get a shield that was off the shelf. A firefighter actually made that, and I hope you all can see that, but that is actually hand done for the most part. So, CEO, thank you so much. Thank you for those words. Thank you for the support.
Let me say thank you so much. This is my second hat. I now have a pink demolition hat as we knock down buildings across DeKalb County that does not need to stand. And they both have my name, so let me not take anything away from this moment because I am walking out of here with regret because I want a photo with you all. But I leave nothing but love and complete support, so thank you all.
Thank you, CEO Cochran Johnson. These 20 individuals have proven they have what it takes to be a DeKalb County firefighter. They started this journey on July 22nd of last year and have been tested both mentally and physically over the last 10 months. Our training is designed to ensure they are prepared to do the job they are tasked with doing when called upon by the citizens and visitors of DeKalb County. Our academy has 2 phases. The first phase is the medical training, where the recruits complete training and testing to become certified emergency medical technicians. I'm honored to introduce the EMS Academy staff, led by Captain Travis Pinson. Instructor Mike Morris. Instructor Paige Riggs. Instructor Rhoda McWilliams. Instructor Bill Lillard. One instructor can't be here today, but I wanted to recognize him, Robert Horton, who I know the class is fond of, and we have a special guest, retired Captain Todd McCullum is with us. He was actually here when the class started. And also instructor Danny Menard, who just came back. He serves double duty as instructor and on the honor guard. At this time, I'd like to welcome instructor Mike Morris to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a privilege it is to stand before you today in both the professional and deeply personal capacity. Today is a day of immense pride, celebration, and reflection, not just for the graduates seated before us, but also for the family, friends, and instructors who support them every step of the way. Class 132 is special to me, not only because I had the honor of helping guide them through their journey as an instructor at the Fire Academy, but also because today my own family welcomes a new firefighter EMT. I'll be joining you all later, not just as an instructor, but as a proud family member taking pictures and celebrating a milestone that means the world to us. To each graduate on this stage, I want you to know how proud I am of you. I've walked these halls with you, I've seen you struggle, and I've watched you grow into the firefighters and EMTs our community will come to depend on. And I want to speak today, especially to the families in the room, about just how much it took for your loved ones sitting here wearing the uniform with pride. It's difficult to describe the experience of being a firefighter recruit, Some have said it best. It's the best and worst time of your life, and they're not wrong. As a U.S. Army veteran who completed basic training at Fort Knox, I can tell you that this program, it's harder. You see, in the military, they take you out of your normal life, they isolate you from your responsibilities, and focus you solely on training. But our recruits don't get that luxury. They train all day, then they go home to be parents, spouse, and caretakers. They come back the next morning carried both the weight of their family lives and the demands of the most difficult fire academy in the country. That balance, that relentless drive is what makes these individuals extraordinary. And it all starts with the EMS Academy. Before they pick up a hose, before they ride an engine, they sit in a classroom and they learn what it means to be a clinician. That's right, a clinician, because being an EMT is much more than just first aid. I remember during Family Day, one recruit proudly introduced me to his family as his EMT instructor. One of his family members smiled and said, EMT, oh, that's like first aid. And we all kind of chuckled and we moved on. But I wanted to clarify to everyone here today that EMTs don't just do first aid. They are licensed by the state of Georgia and they're certified by the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technicians to practice medicine. The same licensure path a physician takes. The scope is different, but the responsibility is real. EMTs are the only clinicians trained to make life or death decisions with no x-rays, no labs, no teams of specialists behind them, just their gut, their brain, a flashlight, and a patient. Where other clinicians work in a system, EMTs are the system. On the side of the road, in a stranger's living room, in the middle of the night, they're the ones who show up, who assess, who treat, and who decide. And your loved one is now one of them. Class 132 has come a long ways. And yes, we lost some good people along the way. On day one, we told them to look around because not everyone would make it to graduation. That wasn't to discourage them. It was to help them to understand that this journey requires everything you've got. The ones who are seated here today didn't just show up. They persevered through injuries, self-doubt, exams, stress, setbacks, and sleepless nights. They persevered. And now they're ready to serve. They're ready to answer the call when someone dials 911 in their worst moment. They're ready to protect, treat, and make a difference. To the graduates of Class 132, this is not the end. This is the beginning of your service, your impact, and your legacy. You carry the weight of the badge, the trust of the public, and the pride of all of us who trained you. Congratulations, you've earned every bit of this. I'll see you after the ceremony. I'll be the one beaming with pride and asking for a family photo. Class 132, tonight, we live. Thank you. All right, so while I'm up here, I wanted to recognize some really special recruits that helped me along the way to make this class successful as it is. If you served in the EMS program as a squad leader, would you please stand? These individuals helped to manage the class. We started with 31 recruits, and it's kind of like herding cats sometimes. You need strong leadership, and these folks really helped me out a lot, and I want to say thank you. You may be seated. I needed, though, a class leader. I needed someone who was strong, who could lead the herd of cats, who could really, and the class respected. I needed that somebody. And that somebody I brought into my office, and I said, you know, I really want you to be my class leader. And he was real quick to point out 5 or 6 other people that he thought was better to be the class leader than him. And he had a lot of reservation behind it. But I didn't doubt him, not 1 second. So at this time, I'd like to honor the Class 132 EMS class leader and present this to Recruit Sean Burns. All right, that's all I have. Thank you very much. I'll see you outside.
Thank you, Instructor Morris. Once done with EMT training, the recruits transition to our fire training, where they complete training and testing to obtain certifications in hazmat awareness and operations and firefighter 1 and 2. I'm honored to introduce the Fire Academy staff led by Captain Doug Harms. Instructor Hans Trotty. Instructor Carlton Pinkston. Instructor J.J. Canty. Instructor Jeremiah McCullough. Instructor Frank Bond. And we actually have a few instructors that can't be with us today because they're at the Fire Academy right now training the next recruit class. Instructor Nate Leota, David Goddard, and Bennett Skilling. Please, let's give them a round of applause as well. I'd also like to recognize our continuing education captain, Chris Pence, who's not with us today because he's in training. To address the class, please welcome Instructor Hans Trotty.
Class 132. First off, I want to tell you guys congratulations. You've worked through a lot of things. Some of you had issues with claustrophobia, climbing ladders, but you fought through it and you made it. But now, as the CEO said before she left, you have a huge responsibility on you. You have the responsibility to care for someone's family. That's their child, their mother, father, daughter, their grandfather, whatever the case may be. And who is it? Mr. Robinson, you're going to 16, right? I'm gonna make this a little more personal. My cousin lives in 16's territory. That's your responsibility now. Her grandkids, that's your responsibility. So take it seriously, because I will come over there. Anyway, something about being a firefighter. We all here respect our public safety members, but particularly firefighters. A lot of times we have the respect of the public. But when you think about this respect, respect is earned, it's not given. Just because you come across the stage and taking this oath and getting that badge and the helmet, you still have to earn that respect. How can you earn the respect? Continue to train. You may think, we just finished almost a year of training. Why do I have to start back over again? I got to go back to forcing doors and climbing ladders? Yes. You have to continue to train. I'm going to put Chief Fulham on blast for just a couple of seconds. Sorry, Chief. You came down to the academy a few weeks ago. We were just talking. I said, Chief, how long have you been doing this job? Some 38 years. Almost, probably longer than most of you been alive. But our same chief, Chief Fulham, a few months back, he came down and did the flashover simulator. That's a simulation of fire training that we all do. He didn't have to do that. He doesn't ride on Big Red anymore. He works in the ivory tower, as I like to call it. But he still came down and trained as a student. He didn't come down to teach us. He came down to train as a student. So if our chief of our department can train, what does that say about us? We should be doing the same exact thing. Until you retire, you should be training. You should be striving to learn, striving to get better, and do the best that you can at this job. That's how you earn that respect. That's how you get the respect of the crew members. That's how you get the respect of your peers, and most importantly, these citizens out here. Now, these citizens out here, many of them may not stay in DeKalb County, but guess what? Y'all are our responsibility now. Until you leave these borders of DeKalb County, we got you. Same thing for y'all. When y'all take this oath, some of y'all show up on, was it Saturday morning? I think some of y'all's first shift on Saturday morning. The public does not care about that orange shield. All they know is they dial 911 and you have a job to do. So do your best at it. Be the best firefighter that you can be. And continue this in your career. Never get to a point in your career where you think that I know too much. I'm good. Go back to Chief Fuller, head of our department. He's in the flashover simulator with us. Didn't have to, but that just shows the caliber that we have to have. That's the caliber you should strive to have. But again, congratulations. I'm proud of you guys. Hopefully I get to see a few of you before I leave here and see you guys in the field. We got a few awards. Okay, cool. So just like in EMS side, we have different things that are done at the Fire Academy. One is a class leader. And this particular class leader program is just like EMS. So we get certain things that are told to us by our captain in the morning, and then we tell it to the class leader. Now, if those things don't get done, there are consequences and repercussions, as y'all know this, up, downs, and motivators and things of that nature. But our class leader, Mr. Ricky Botterford Jr., come on up, Ricky. And this is personal for me because I got the chance to work with Ricky's dad, retired firefighter as well, back in the day when we were at Station 2 and Station 8. Congratulations. I appreciate it. Now, during the rigors of physical training at the Fire Academy, there are also a lot of written tests. In some weeks, you will have 3 to 4 tests in 1 week. So you're taught a class, you go home, you study, you take the test, taught another class, you see how this goes. Keeps going and on and on. Now, the student who had the highest academic award is Mr. Arnold. Mr. Arnold, come on up. And his, what you call it? His average was 94.28. Now, also we have obviously this is a physical job, so we have to stay in shape. So we have a physical fitness award. Now, they have a course that they have to do. It's called the PCT. And there are many different exercises, and you have 13 minutes to complete this PCT. Well, he did it in under 7 minutes. Mr. Arnold, come back up here. 6:40 to be exact. And last but not least is, yes, the Phoenix Award. Now, this one is one who has an outstanding attitude. As been mentioned before, it's hard. Those 20 weeks they spend down there it's very hard. So you can get days where you just don't want to be there. But this particular person, they had a wonderful attitude the entire time. Anything was asked to do with him, Johnny on the spot, so to speak, ready to go do it. Mr. Arnold, come back up here. Technically, I could have just let you stay, but yeah. It's more fun to watch you go back and forth. So once again, Class 132, proud of you guys. Congratulations. I'm going to swing by some of you stations, eat a good meal with you. See you in the streets.
Nobody can say it quite like Instructor Hans Trotty. I would like to take a moment to continue recognizing a few people. The Fire Academy and our training division as a whole requires more than just the training staff. We are lucky to have the administrative assistance of Miss Jerry Hopkins and Priscilla White. Let's give them a hand. I would also like to recognize some of the staff from outside of our division that assist our academy in our day-to-day operations. From the support service team, Captain Terrence Wilkes, Captain Walt Hunter, and Captain Lamar White and their staff, thank you guys for assisting us in the resources we need to execute these classes. We keep the support service team busy. Captain Wilkes specifically is in charge of our turnout gear, and let me tell you, these folks are not easy on turnout gear. Face pieces, regulator, every day we're having to replace something, so thank you guys. Yep, let's give them a round of applause. I would also like to thank firefighters Corey J., Kelvin Carter, Alexander Hackney, Patrick Harrison, and Captain Kenyon Levine for taking the time out of their schedule off duty to come down and teach a search and rescue class to Class 132. They want to know when they can get with you again. They want to do it one more time. Thank you guys if you're out there. And finally, I'd like to recognize one final staff member who's here with us today, our facility manager, Brad Diodati. Brad, can you come up here? So guys, he was not expecting to be called up on the stage, so give him a sec. But while he's making his way up, I would just like to recognize on a day-to-day basis, our operations at the Fire Academy could not function without the assistance of Brad Diodati. The Fire Academy grounds and buildings and training props are very demanding. In total, we have 9 structures on the Fire Academy grounds, along with some storage facilities and large training props. We are constantly breaking things, constantly in need of supplies, constantly working on improvements, and developing ways to make things better. All of these things require Brad's assistance. And Brad never makes you feel like you are a burden. He always answers your call, even if it's your 5th call to him and it's only 10 a.m. You would never know he has around 30 additional buildings that he is responsible for when you call him. He makes everyone feel the same way. He's an incredible person, and we are so fortunate to have him on our DCFR team. Brad, on behalf of myself and the entire training staff, I'd like to present to you this special recognition award in our gratitude. I appreciate that. Let's give Brad a round of applause.
Chief, I need to give that to you.
I'd also like to recognize Commissioner Bolton is here with us today. We appreciate you joining us. So this is the most dangerous part of the graduation, when we let the class speak. So I have reviewed the speech, but they could make changes. To speak on behalf of the class, please welcome firefighter Dezaris Gibson.
Hey everybody. On behalf of the entire class, I would like to thank the training staff of DeKalb County Fire. We appreciate the time and effort you invested in us and to get us prepared for this profession. So, thank you. Also, special thanks goes out to our families. This moment is just as much yours as it is ours. Thank you for the many sacrifices that you guys made to make us successful in this program. So, claps off to you guys. Now, class 132. It's true when they say that you can't pick your family. And we got a lot of characters in this class. We all walk different lives that led us here, and we have different reasons why we signed up. For this career to save lives and fight fires. We've had a lot of good times together, like us passing all those tests and practicals, experiencing our first live fire together, ladder bailouts, that time Colin got a stick when he reset the PCT, and then that time I got in trouble for asking about McDonald's and had us run for 6 miles. My bad. But nothing grew us closer than enduring our trials together, like the Mayday Maze, Survival Week, the towers, and that second hike up Stone Mountain. But through it all, we learned mental discipline, we got stronger, and we became family. This moment is just the beginning. There's still so much to learn and so much room to grow. When we first came up with our slogan, we thought it was corny, but it really embodies us as a whole. As we go our separate ways to our stations and reach new heights in our careers and build new bonds within the department, never forget where your journey started, where you came from. Class 132, we're here to see it through. And now, we would like to present the staff. I would like to call up 2 instructors. I would like to call up Instructor Morris. And Instructor Canty. We want to present both the Fire Academy and the EMS Academy with our class plaque. Can we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get in the picture, too.
Good job. 10 months ago, the 20 of you were complete strangers. Today, you have a bond that will last a lifetime. You share a very special time in your life with one another. A time I'm sure you're glad you got to experience, but are also glad is over. Class 132, congratulations. As you close this initial chapter of your DCFR career and move forward into the next phase, know that you are never alone. You are part of a family that will always have your back. Embrace the journey ahead with courage and confidence, and never forget the values, training, and hard work that brought you here. May you all have a safe and successful career. And remember, you are not just a firefighter. You're a DeKalb County firefighter. It's now the part of the program where we do the badge pinning. If you have been selected by your family member to pin the badge on them, please try and make your way towards the front end of the stage here, and we're going to get set up here, and we'll start in just a minute with the pinning. Our first firefighter today is Marquise Abernathy. Marquise is being pinned today by his mother and father, Renita and Brian Abernathy. Jonathan Aguilar. Jonathan is being pinned today by his mother, Juana Aguilar. Alexander Arnold. Alexander is being pinned today by his wife Molly and daughter Louise. All right, now give the badge to Louise. Rick Bodiford, Jr. Rick is being pinned today by his father, retired DeKalb County Fire Captain, Rick Bodiford, Sr. Sean Burns. Sean is being pinned today by his wife Joelle Burns and sons Liam and Jacob. Got a photographer in the family. This way. You didn't see everybody else? He's trying to leave. We're like, you can't leave yet. Alyssa Carroll. Alyssa is being pinned today by her husband, Adam Carroll. Trent Cunningham. Trent is being pinned today by Valina Miller and Stephen Cunningham, mother and father. Brandon Dodd. Brandon is being pinned today by his mother and father, Tiffany and Tarico Dodd. Austin Franco. Austin is being pinned today by his fiancee, Carly Jackson. Oh no. Where? Dezaris Gibson. Dezaris is being pinned today by his mother, Monica Gibson. Daquan Holiday. Daquan is being pinned today by his wife, Karen Gregory Holiday. Austin Madsen. Austin is being pinned today by his mother, Angela Madsen, and father, newly minted retired captain, Brian Madsen. So his father just retired last week. And they did a pretty cool thing just a few days ago. He went up and rode with him for a few hours. So and caught a fire when he was with him. It's pretty cool though. This is our second legacy firefighter in this class. Joseph Miller. Joseph's being pinned today by his mother and father, Scott and Michelle Miller. Jason Punancy. Jason is being pinned today by his wife, Dara, his dad, Clement, and his children, Dominic, Scarlett, Amelia, and Lena. Thomas Rader. Thomas is being pinned today by his mother and father, Jeff and Carolyn Rader, and two sisters, Audrey and Olivia. As the CEO pointed out, Thomas's father, Jeff Rader, is a former DeKalb County commissioner. I'll go back to it. This way. He's proud of you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Nathan Rhodes. Nathan is being pinned today by his mother, Beverly Rhodes, and father, David Camp. Congratulations. Proud of you. Alex Richards. Alex is being pinned today by his wife, Macy Richards. I'm sorry, Macy. Congratulations. This way, bud. Thank you. Colin Robertson. Colin is being pinned today by his mother, Pamela Robertson, and father, Lonzy Robertson. Lonzy's an assistant chief in the police department, but you see what department got his son, right? All right. Alexis Smith. Alexis is being pinned today by her partner, Alex Dunn. And last, but certainly not least, Anthony Wills, Jr. Anthony is being pinned today by his granddad, Bob Livesey, and his mother and father, Anthony Wills and Dietrich Wills. I would like to highlight that his mother, Dietrich, is a member of our DCFR family in our personnel department. Good to see you, Dietrich. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. I will. I'll ignore. I would also like to recognize and mention that Commissioner Long Spears, Michelle Long Spears, is here with us today, and we thank you for coming. It is now my honor to introduce the Fire Chief of DeKalb County, Darnell Fulham.
All right, well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I won't be before you long because they put me at the end knowing that I am between you and your family members. And so that way I will keep my speech short. But I do want to, first of all, just recognize a few folks. We had our commissioners here with us today, so thank you very much for those that are still here. And thank you to all 7, because we ultimately need their support for all the things that we do. I once again want to thank CEO Cochran Johnson for being here. As she stated, she did have to leave, but she wanted to make sure that she spent some time with these new members of our department. To Director Lumpkin, thank you for always supporting us, always being there, always being a listening ear. To this great training staff that we have, you heard multiple times, even from the recruits, that they do prepare them for what they're getting ready to get themselves into. We do honestly believe we have the best training, the best equipped department in this nation, and so it's my belief that they chose correctly. So once again, if you'll give them a hand. I don't know if you heard that slight comment from Instructor Trotty. Where is he? I don't know if you heard it, but he mentioned something about that he would see you before he left. Trotty is close to retirement. I have to sign his paperwork. I tell you, I won't be in the office that day. But, but no, we have great, great folks who commit everything to the training. And then to the families. I was mentioned during the recruit speech, which you did an outstanding job. Let's give him a hand again. Recruit Gibson, I don't know how they pick the folks. I think it's often the short straw, but you did an outstanding job. Great words and great words of encouragement. But to the families, once again, I just want to say thank you to all of you all. It was said by him, it was said by some of the other speakers. We realize that you are along this journey with these folks, with your loved ones. You have to commit, you have to sacrifice, maybe evenings, maybe weekends. Maybe there were times that they couldn't attend events. So thank you very much. I'm going to ask the recruits to stand up and give you a hand one last time. Now, I'm going to speak to the recruits. I had the opportunity. You can have a seat. Well trained, aren't they? Well trained. Simon says, take a seat. No. Well trained. But I'm going to speak to the recruits. And let me tell you all in the audience here, I had a chance to speak to them yesterday. It's an opportunity for me one more time as a group to speak to them. And it's partly me speaking to them, but it's also an opportunity for them to ask any questions they have of me. And I can tell you I went over time because they had such great questions, very insightful, wanted to know where the department was headed, asked the questions about me. I felt like I was being interviewed again, but they did a great job. So I appreciate you all. And once again, I will be speaking to them. So I stand here today confident that you are prepared to begin your service to the community as you join the ranks of the finest fire departments in this nation. I also believe that you possess the qualities required of a public servant, which includes patience, empathy, and a willingness to serve others. I spoke to you yesterday about firefighters being one of the most trusted professions. Every ounce of that trust has been earned through interactions that often occur during times of despair and helplessness. I have faith that you will continue to build upon the confidence by upholding your integrity and maintaining a high ethical standards that is above reproach. I am convinced that your training has equipped you to provide the highest level of patient care and support to those in need, whether it's the first time they have called 911 or more frequently. I know that you have the courage to face hazardous situations under intense pressure while also having the wisdom to prioritize safety even when there is a pressure to rush. I furthermore envision the day when you will become the future leaders of this department, guiding the next generation of firefighters who will one day sit where you sit now. In closing, I thank you for choosing DeKalb County as a place of service as recruits. And let me say, Instructor Trotty mentioned one of his family members' locations. I live in Station 4's territory. Now, I hear 16s can get in there quicker. That's what they tell me. That's an inside joke. But I do live in 4's territory. After the pledge, I will be honored to congratulate you no more as recruits, but as DeKalb County firefighters. I want to thank those that we mentioned whose family members, whether it's retired firefighters, Commissioner Rader's son, others that have chose this profession. Chief, thank you. You raised your son well. But I thank you because it means that you believed in this department. You believe what we're doing. We will take care of your family members. That's my promise to every single one of you. So at this point, I will ask the recruits to stand so I can give them the oath. Please raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will perform the duties as a firefighter of the DeKalb County Fire Rescue Department to the best of my skill and ability, and that I will not let personal or political influence or prejudice alter my official conduct to the slightest degree. I will always remember I am a public servant. I will perform my duties to the best of my ability in any capacity or section which will serve the best interests of DeKalb County Fire Rescue and the citizens of DeKalb County. I further promise and swear I will uphold the Constitution of the State of Georgia and of the United States of America to the best of my ability. Congratulations, firefighters. Okay. All right, before I take my seat, and if you would take your seats, I'm just going to ask that all of the firefighters, all of the DeKalb County members stand up in the room. So Please stand up. Yeah. I just once again want to tell you it's truly the honor of my career to serve alongside of you. I say this all the time. I still come to work, wanting to come to work and having fun. So thank you very much for everything that you all do.
Thank you, Chief. Before I have Captain Harms step up to dismiss the class, I'd just like to ask everyone, when we get done, we want to take the new firefighters out front to do a group photo in the atrium. If everybody can just hold in here for just a few minutes while we get those pictures done, I'll come on the podium here and let you know we're good and everybody can exit out. Okay? It's my honor to welcome the captain of the Fire Academy, Doug Harms.
House 132. Attention.
132 while we're here. Here, see it through.
For the final time. You're dismissed.
All right, that concludes our ceremony. Thank you, guys. Like I said, we're going to get them up to the front real quick. If you can just hang in here for just a few minutes while we go and get these pictures taken, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.